baby.
Alright.
Oh, we ready? Oh.
Wow.
All right. No, let me stop. I ain't gonna take.
Hey y'all, good evening, good morning, afternoon, wherever you are. We are back at it again. This is Senna, this is Jason.
Yeah. Kevin, I'm not trying to steal your content. It was just, I didn't know we were recording yet. But bonjour, bon après-midi, bonne nuit. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? As she said, I don't need to repeat it. This is SoulFood Village.
Alright, welcome. And today we are going to show you how we do our tea. Well, one version of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using like the tea maker of this household. Not because I'm the woman, but just because it's how it works out. And so I'll take the lead on that. But while we're doing that, I don't think I've heard this before. I don't think I've asked you this, but you tell me and our viewers how you got into tea. And I'll tell y'all after he goes.
Okay, so.
But before you do that, let me just get an intro of what I'm doing before you get
okay, go ahead.
So we're going to be using this ginger peach tea with a splash of black tea.
Bring it down.
Sorry, ginger peach tea with a splash of black tea. This is a nice package and everything. We have our little tea collection. We just like replenish it, so clearly there's like 5 different boxes we have it open. So we'll start with this one. We've opened this before and have had a few of it, which is very good. It comes in this little cute package. And usually, I know normally like put the tea on there and put hot water in it, but this I usually put, I usually put hot water on it. Can you give me the hot water actually, please?
Now I'm assistant.
I usually put the hot water on it, microwave it for like maybe a minute just to let it sit down more. I'm making 2 cups here. I already did that for his cup. So his cup already has the tea in there, the tea bag in there with water that's already being microwaved. So he's been seasoning for quite some time. So I'll start mine and take it away.
Okay. All right, y'all. Let me tell y'all the story. So, as some of you know, some of you don't know, I'm originally from Detroit, right? Detroit, Michigan. And I got into tea through my grandmother. You know, my grandmother and my mother really got me into tea and tea drinking. And it was interesting because, you know, you get older and you live in a place like America. You understand that America is a coffee country. You know what I'm saying? Like, people drink coffee like, I mean, the rise of Starbucks, now she's about to cut the lemon. You know, it was amazing. Dunkin' Donuts, all these different places. And I mean, you hear it even in kids' shows, you know, I want a cup of Joe. You know what I mean? When I was little, I was like, who's Joe? Like, who's
Wait,
this
what
word?
does that mean?
It's just another word for coffee.
Who came up with that? I never knew. Thank you for that. There's a lot of saying that he knows what it means and I never knew, and I just go along with it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're cool. But, you know, living in Michigan, tea was, you know, just part of our winter ritual. And as I expanded and as I grew older, obviously, I didn't understand how powerful it was in the world. Like, people drink tea. I mean, there's chai and African tea and British style tea and, you know, tea with sugar, tea with lemon, tea with ginger, green tea, black tea, hibiscus, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on and on. There is a ton of tea, right? And I think for myself, especially being younger and now just being older, it's just been a part of my culture and my upbringing for so long that I really like. I do enjoy the smell of coffee, but I might have coffee like once a year,
I don't
maybe.
think I've seen you have coffee since we started dating. Like, I don't think.
Right, you know what I'm saying? It's a rarity. I do it behind the scenes when she's not around.
All the things you could do behind the scenes and I probably, that's okay. What do you have from your wife? Drinking coffee. All right, I'm fine with
But
that.
even my like to the hardcore coffee drinkers out there, I know y'all probably are in shock, like only 1 cup. I mean, even my coffee is almost like a hot chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Because I put so much cream and sugar and stuff. Now, I will tell you this: when we travel to Ethiopia, I do want to try their coffee.
That's a must.
Like pure coffee. There's some other places around the world that are known for like coffee, espresso shots, and things like that, and so on and so on, which I'll try, of course. But I always felt like my grandmother was a bit British. To all the British viewers who might watch this one day, I always felt like she was a bit British, right? Because she was so proper for anybody who knew her and things like that, and so on and so on. Like literally, people would call the house and be like, "Oh, y'all got a white lady that live there or whatever." You know what I'm
That's funny.
and we always thought like, nah, that ain't gonna work.
The generalization is just too much.
And that's a whole other segment of SoulFood Village. That will come to at a later date. But it was interesting because I'll say for my upbringing and being in the middle of Detroit and surrounded by everything and then some, you know what I'm saying? I had a very, I guess I'll call it structured or even privileged for you know my status and where my people were kind of childhood, because I know a lot of the kids in my school and class, they weren't drinking tea. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have somebody who would make them tea and things like that. And then if they did, I didn't know about it. Like we didn't have the tea society after school. Like, oh.
The tea society?
Like, are you sipping tea? And I mean, this was, and I'm aging myself, but I don't care. I age nicely thanks to melanin. You know, nobody was sipping tea and, you know, doing the memes with the little Kermit back in my day. You know what I mean? And y'all know I'm an old soul, so that ain't nothing new. But the way my grandmother would prepare it is the kind of the American traditional way. She would drop the tea bag in there. Sometimes she would use a strainer to, like, if she really wanted to be like fancy and strain the tea out if she had times. But we would use sugar. You know what I'm saying? Like we rarely used honey. That was a thing I didn't start using until, you know, we got together. I never put honey in tea. Thank you. You know what I mean? So that was an interesting difference and realization, and even the way that she does her tea, it isn't, you know, normally what I was accustomed to growing up. It's a whole lot more healthy stuff in there, let's put it that way.
On that note, everything is ready. So in both of these mugs, we have already microwave tea bags with hot water in it. And so, I already squeezed out one lemon and put it in his mug. And I squeeze out the lemons and I put it in this little thing so I can take the seeds out.
I like lemon.
So now I put the lemon in there. So we have lemon, we have tea bag, we have hot water, and of course we need honey. So it's really up to you how much honey you want to use. Some people like sweet tea. In a sense, I'm going to put 3 for you. 3 spoons of honey. 2. And the third one, just because you're a sweetie pie. I knew that would get to you. Alright, so with the honey done with, we got the honey. So one thing I love is ginger. This is ginger juice that I made myself. I remember when I actually got this, I was walking away because that's the only thing I got. And I got out the grocery store and there was this guy outside the grocery. He's like, you know, you're a healthy woman, hey, child, lady. Oh, that ginger gonna do you so good. I was like, oh, thank you, sir. It was a weird exchange. But he appreciated that in, you know, the beauty of ginger. So this is ginger juice. I usually just get the ginger from the grocery store and I make a thing out of it. I will be watching a movie or listening to one of my ebooks or what have you. And then, you know, what do you call? Peel it, blend it, squeeze the juice out. So here we are. We have 1 cup here. So I'm gonna pour half a cup into each approximately.
Using the big words.
I know, right?
I like
so one thing I did is I did warm up the ginger juice as well. In this case, just so everything is warm. It's up to you. I use it done actually.
But she was being fancy for you.
Yeah. And now I pour that in.
We did get that at Niagara Falls.
We did. That was
our last pre-COVID trip.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. February last year.
COVID was happening, but that was the last trip.
Yeah, it was happening.
Out of the country.
We were like, COVID, we still gonna travel. But that's a different story to what happened at the border of Canada. So we're going in. So anywho, so we mixed that. I wasn't lying. Like I just got it. His tea bag isn't here in case you thought I didn't give him no tea bag. So and there you go. That's as simple as that. And you can add, if you want more honey, you can add more honey. If you want anything else. Now, sometimes, okay. Sometimes I will put, I have like my little, let me show you this out.
She'll be back.
Okay, so this is a mixture of 3 different powders. I forgot 2 of them. I know, I guess I forgot all 3 of them.
You go ahead, I'm gonna handle this.
I got them a little while back, and I was actually making tea with this. There are a bunch of 3 different, I get herbs is the name for it. It's a name you can call it.
And she has a secret ingredient, but she ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah, there's another powder that I do use when I'm feeling in certain ways. But that's for personal reasons that we will not discuss. So essentially the point is you can put anything you want in your tea, clearly, right? Because I started making tea.
Please tell us your story.
Thank you.
Tell us your tea story.
I started making tea more so in PA school. And for, if you watch our first video, I just graduated to PA school last December. But no, I started making tea because, I never really wanted to drink coffee like that. First of all, it took me a while to actually enjoy the smell of coffee, but now I do. But the taste just, no.
That was for all the Catholics out there.
Amen. And so with PA school is like we have 4-hour lectures. I think it was Monday through Thursday, and on top of other lectures. And I was just like, I can't do this, falling asleep, all this shit. So I was like, well, all I need is something warm in my hand. And also, it was cold in those buildings. I don't know if you've ever worked in corporate or have been in school or whatever, where there's a whole lot of people, majority white, I would say, or majority male for that matter.
European.
Yeah. And they have a central AC and it's cold as Alaska. And I'm like, my body is not made for this. And so I'm like, well, I ended up bringing a jacket and just kept it on the chair. But anyway, so I was like, well, tea will do it because it will keep me warm. I have something in my hand that I'm sipping that I enjoy. And so that's how I started drinking tea. And I got my mug and I got this recently. Otherwise, before I got this, I was just microwaving old school, man. And that was it. And I was the only person, or one of the only 2 or 3 people in my whole class that didn't drink coffee. Like, that was it. Everybody else was like, how do you do it? How do you not drink coffee? And I'm like, I don't like it. I really don't. And also, I'm a very agitated person. So when I really feel sleepy, I just get up and walk around. And my school was okay with that. So that helped. But that's how I got into tea real time. Before that, I was drinking tea here and there, but not as much. I didn't enjoy it as much and took the time and effort and explore as much as in BA school. And now we have this right here. On one note though, I always forget that a lot of coffee do have caffeine in them, because before this batch, most of the coffee tea I would get are actually decaf on purpose. Like this one decaf. I know the one we just use is caffeinated because it has black tea in one. Because it has black tea in it. Oh, this you see, this is caffeine free. I know this one definitely is caffeine free. So most of them I get are caffeine free, but some of these flavors are so good that I was like, we were like, well, let's just let's do it. Let's try it out. But yeah, so if you are a tea person, let us know how you make your tea. Do you usually do decaf or with coffee? What reason do you use it? Why do you use it to drink tea? How did you get it started? Is it like something? Because I know some cultures that's just like how you did it. Like you grew up with tea and your parents made tea, and you know what I mean. Like the video we were watching last time for some cultures and stuff like that. So if that's the case, then let us know some of the things you put in your tea. Whether it's powder like this one, maybe we'll do another video of this particular, like, because this is a different type of tea. This is like herbal tea. We actually drink this when we were like feeling a little sore throat or whatever. I remember last time he texted me from work like, "Hun, I'm feeling a little something, so I'm gonna need some tea tonight." I got you. I know exactly what type of tea you need. I'm gonna put extra powder in there, extra ginger, and you're gonna be good 2 days.
And I will say this. Especially being with, you know, my Sherry, we try and be as healthy as, like, all natural as possible. You know what I mean? Like literally, yesterday might have been the first time in like 2 years I've seen this girl take a Benadryl.
Yeah.
And that was only.
And you have to like he's just like, you know what, you need to take this.
Yeah, because she needed to take it, and
yeah.
I know this particular for me, especially when the weather changes, my throat starts to get sore. So adding the ginger really helps heat up the throat, the esophagus, that little dangly thing in the back of your throat. Shout out to Cardi. She gonna watch this and be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I can't do it. I'm not gonna try.
Okay.
This your number one fan right here.
We heard nails popping.
this your best friend. But we haven't forgotten as well, this is also the midweek for the stretches. How have y'all been doing, man? Have y'all been stretching? Have you been stretching? Have you been thinking about it? Maybe, possibly. No, you haven't? I don't know. But if you have, that's awesome. That's amazing. Again, we thank everybody because we know we're just starting and we'll get a feel and a rhythm for how things go. If you really want to catch us be on YouTube and what we do out here, you can follow us on our Instagram, TikTok,
LinkedIn, Twitter. That's it.
I thought you did Tumblr too.
No, I was just checking Tumblr yesterday for something unrelated.
That was unrelated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but those places that the lovely co-host just spoke of.
I'm just with them.
You know, shout out to the Batman mug.
Cheers.
Thank you, Mom, for this.
Yeah.
We are tea connoisseurs, so as this grows and people watch this, if y'all want to see us drink tea, we will try it and drink it and tell y'all what we think. We really do enjoy tea.
And we really do want like if you have certain suggestions like, oh, I tried this one and it was the bomb.com, y'all gotta try, we will try. Like we got this, we walk into the store, I won't tell what store, because there's no point in this, not that thing.
We ain't doing free promotion.
We walk in there for this purpose of cutting tea, and we stayed in there and got the flavors we wanted and then walked out. That was it, I was tea shopping there, period.
Yeah, it was a good day.
And one thing I do want to get into, and I will once we have a little bit more time and I'm not like studying anymore and things like that.